Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Janaba. On Wednesday, September 10th, the nation would end up witnessing the shooting of conservative figure Charlie Kirk as he spoke to a group of college students at Utah Valley University. Now, footage of the shooting would shock many online as they would see the very moment Kirk was shot in the neck by a high-powered gun, causing instant trauma. He would be rushed to a nearby SUV and taken to a hospital about 7 minutes away and would later be pronounced dead. Now, depending on where you are in politics, some saw Charlie as a necessary voice, while others would see him as a controversial figure whose views divided people and attacked marginalized groups. So with that, his death would spark a flood of commentary online, as in recent times he has become a viral political voice, since being featured on several online programs and becoming known for his debate-style content. Now, a part of the conversation taking place, many have raised a question on how should someone who has been accused of hateful views, death be treated. Several well-known black voices who saw Kirk's views as attacks on them and those who look like them have now spoken out. Dear Hughley would instantly take to his Instagram and his other social media accounts to share his reaction. Now, part of his reaction, Hughley would reshare several clips of Kirk's statements. One of his comments in particular would stand out as it ironically showcases Kirk explaining how he felt gun deaths were necessary.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
For his caption part of the video, DL would write, in his own words, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Now, as mentioned, many people are asking how should someone like Kirk's passing be seen, given that he has offended so many with his views. Now, Hughley would later release a video of him calling out those who were supporters of Kirk for now wanting others to show empathy, even though it is something that they haven't practiced themselves.
His last words were gang violence. But we know who it was because we know who it wasn't. 3 words let you know they weren't black. It was Utah and at large. Now, if Charlie Kirk, we're looking at a situation with Charlie Kirk, would he say he was the victim of crime or white-on-white violence? Because what Charlie Kirk always talked about was how many black people kill black people. But he never talked about how many white people kill white people.
DL would then follow that up with a second video in which he would point out the irony that Kirk was not killed by the black criminals he would always reference during debates. And back on his Instagram, Hughley would also stand against how President Trump is honoring Kirk with half-raised flags. A part of the resharing of the news of Trump honoring Kirk, Hughley would write, but he ordered the flags that were at half-mast for the Pope to be raised. Again, we haven't lowered flags for innocent children who have been unalived. He didn't order the flags lowered for Congresswoman Hortman. It is a tragic event, yes. Does it deserve that ceremony? You know the answer to that. Now, Hughley was not the only notable voice to give their reaction to Kirk's killing. Activist Tariq Nasheed would send out a now viral message on X just as a potential suspect was arrested by authorities on location. Nasheed would go on to write, Charlie Kirk goes around to campuses talking about how violent black people are. His social media timeline goes on and on about how violent black people are. And in the middle of his speech discussing black gang violence, Charlie gets shot by a white man. As far as the latest around the shooting, the FBI has just confirmed that the shooter, who appears to be of college age, is still at large, and that a gun that they claim was used in the shooting has been recovered. So let's talk about it more in the comments below. What are your thoughts about this recent shooting? Stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Janaba.